Thank you for joining me. You're listening to Red Pill 78. I am the corruption detector, and this is your Red Pill News Brief. Here we have an amazing report from CNN's Jim Acosta, where he quite literally skewers himself and does a lot of good for President Trump, for the argument for the border wall, and you'll just have to see in a second. CNN's Jim Acosta doubles down on how safe the border is before Trump fires back. Let's take a look at what Jim had to say.
And here are some of the steel slats that the president's been talking about right here. As you can see, yes, you can see through these slats to the other side of the U.S.-Mexico border. But as we're walking along here, we're not seeing any kind of imminent danger. There are no migrants trying to rush toward this fence.
Wonder why that is, Jim. Good job, Jim. Good job, Jim Acosta. So, basically, Jim Acosta went down to the southern border. He attempted to make an argument that there is no emergency crisis. But what he didn't realize was that by going to a section of the border that is secured, thereby girded with a wall, there is no security crisis. There is no emergency. And it's only because of the wall. The wall is what has created a safe space for these people living on the border. CNN White House correspondent Jim Acosta on Thursday reiterated how safe it is in McAllen, Texas, after he faced mockery on social media for inadvertently making the case for President Donald Trump's border wall. Eventually, Trump himself weighed in. The brouhaha began when Acosta took to Twitter, showing a video of himself walking alongside a steel barrier and saying how the area was pretty tranquil. Here are some of the steel slats that the president's been talking about, Acosta told his 1.16 million Twitter viewers. But as we're following along here, we're not seeing any kind of imminent danger. Many conservatives on Twitter pointed out that Acosta unintentionally boasted that walls actually work. Some, including Donald Trump Jr., called his remarks a self-own. That led to a fiery back and forth between the CNN reporter and the president's son over whether the barriers already in place were enough to provide safety. I found some steel slats down on the border, but I don't see anything resembling a national emergency situation, at least not in the McAllen, Texas area of the border where Trump will be today. Of course you don't, Jim. That's because walls work. Thank you for proving Donald Trump's point and simultaneously creating one of the best self-owned videos ever. Boom! Jim Acosta shoots back. It's a little strange, Don. You guys seem to be saying the current measures in place are working. Does that mean your dad should reopen the government and get federal employees back to work? Bye-bye. Donald Trump Jr. shoots back. I know this might be hard for you to comprehend, Jimbo, but the reason why all of Twitter has been mocking you today is because you were at a part of the border that already has a wall. So yes, of course it was working. Replicate that across the border and we'll all be safer. Real news, bye-bye. Later on, Acosta appeared on his network and doubled down on how safe McAllen was, refuting President Trump's claim that the southern border was under attack. Here in McAllen, Texas, this community's consistently been ranked one of the safest communities in the country. So the president picked sort of a curious spot to make that case, Acosta told CNN anchor Anderson Cooper. There's not a wall all along McAllen, Texas. There are various spots where there's no wall at all. There's fencing. There's chain link fencing. I went to an RV park this evening where there are RVs right along the river where people can play shuffleboard and drive around in golf carts. And they're not being besieged by convoys and caravans of migrants coming in and causing all kinds of crime and mayhem. You know why, Jim? Because they would have to go through pinch points, probably where there is a greater police presence, and they know that the majority of the space between Mexico and the United States in McAllen is surrounded by border walls. Okay? They know that it's not worth their time to go through there. They're going to go through the far larger areas that are very, very porous. Meanwhile, President Trump has had some fun of his own trolling Acosta on Twitter. Dear Diary. The Dear Diary meme emerged last year in reaction to a tweet Acosta made about Trump not responding to his plea not to be called the enemy of the people. Oh my God. Oh, Jim Acosta, you just can't win. All right, guys, I'm trying a new format. Going to do this for the next couple of days. I'm only going to put out short videos, one story at a time. We'll see how YouTube likes it. Please let me know if you like it. I hope that you keep up, and I hope that you continue to enjoy my content. Once again, I am Red Pill 78, the corruption detector, and this has been your Red Pill News Brief.